What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes are back to start the new year with another superstar from the sport of mixed martial arts. Puna Soriano is our guest today here. He's going to be facing Roman Kopylov in the first fight card of the year, and it's coming up here on Saturday, January 14th, 2023. It's a fight night here in Las Vegas. What's up, Puna? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Happy to have made it to the new year and happy to get cracking.
Yeah, we were asking, hey, how'd you celebrate? You said you considered Tenacious D concert tickets,
Yeah.
right? But you
I,
pulled
I
back.
was I was real close. I got the tickets and once I realized it was like right behind the strip, I was just wanted to avoid the traffic.
People always ask me about living in Las Vegas, and it's just like you said, these things pop up, all these distractions that can pull you in different directions. A fellow
Mhm.
Hawaiian, Kendall Grove, years ago, he used to mention how sometimes he got caught up in it, and moving back to
Mm.
Maui, I believe that's the island he was from,
Hmm.
helped him out. How about for you? Do these distractions come up often, or was this just an isolated incident?
First of all, kind of funny you brought up Kendall. He actually came down and trained with us for a little bit again. But uh, yeah, I'm like a homebody, so like the distractions don't really bother me. I'd rather be at home than anywhere else. But if I want to do something and go out, like I know it's not going to have any effect on my performance.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Kendall. He, I believe, has a fight coming up as well. So not
Hmm.
only is he training with you guys,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of a training camp. So the OG's back at it. But
Hmm.
yeah, tying it into some other things I wanted to bring up. Your coach Eric Nixick is a good friend of Goes and I, and he tells us, man, Puna's just different. He wasn't bagging on you or anything like that, but he just said this guy can take a nap up until like 10 minutes before his fight if he wanted to, and then wake up and turn into the Incredible Hulk. Now, everybody kind of turns into a version of the Incredible Hulk, except I think some people have to skip rope and, they take it's like a 1 hour, 2 hour process. He says, you're different. He says you just block things out, and then when it's time to roll, it's time to roll. Have you noticed that you're a little different from other fighters as well?
Oh, for sure. I've always noticed I'm different from other fighters. Like, um, especially early on, like coming up through the amateur scene in Hawaii and stuff. I just could tell I was different. Like, people getting like wild, getting amped up before their fights, and like Eric said, just like kind of chilling, cruising. Um, but the sleeping thing is like, I don't know. I'll come to the backstage and be like nervous. I'll feel all the nerves in one, like nervous, excitement, scared, everything, And then I take that nap and just everything goes away and I'm just ready to fight for some reason. And that's just kind of how my body's always been.
What are you most scared of when it comes to fighting, or what you were describing here?
Um, Honestly, I think what I'm most scared of is like uh when adversity comes and like I don't respond to it. Like I puss out. That's like my biggest fear. Like for instance, I never really knew because I never really had it. I had a pretty good start to my career, but then like for instance, the Brendan Allen fight, that was some pretty good adversity. Still lost, but like I pushed through it. At the end of the fight, we're still like banging to the end.
Right.
Um, so like that was pretty good to know that I I could do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you just never know until you're put in that position. I still don't like. I'm still a little scared
Hmm.
that I might puss out, but I hope I don't.
So it has nothing to do with like getting knocked out in front of millions on TV, or paralysis, or this is more just like a mental thing, is what you're saying. Like pushing
uh,
through when times are tough.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I've lost so much times in my athletic career coming up. I've been pinned in front of my hometown crowd in wrestling at a home duel in front of like all my friends and stuff. Like I've been to the ringer. So I don't care. I'm here to fight and I'm here to win, and that's all I come to do.
There's probably going to be a lot of kids that watch this, listen to this, but believe it or not, they'll be inspired because you're also a wrecking machine. You know, we've talked about adversity, getting pinned at home, Brandon Allen, that didn't go your way. But at the same time, when you win, it's always a highlight. It's always violent. Someone gets flattened to death, and then you know, you obviously go bananas. So someone at home is going, wow, that dude that's a knockout machine, you know, he also has some of these
Oh yeah.
fears, you know, and nerves like I do. And the last thing, and then I'll turn it over to Goes, he's got a couple for you too, is you're not much about the whole bro hugging, or like it seems like once you come out of the tunnel, come on, put the Vaseline on and let's get in. Uh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, is it just because, like, is there like this one moment of like, oh, you know, like a little bit of love and you just want to stay fierce? Describe that part.
Yeah, yeah. In a way that I just feel like one, I never did it in wrestling. Like when you go out and wrestle, when it's your turn, you just go out there and compete. So
Hmm.
kind of that, but also like um yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like it's too mushy. Like I almost feel like like I'm telling him like goodbye, like goodbye, coach. I hope I can do this. In my head, that's just how I feel. It's not what it is, but that's just how I feel.
Mhm.
And I don't want any part of it. I just want to go. I have the mission in my head, and I
Right.
want to go accomplish my mission.
Yeah, no, man, that's what makes the sport so unique is everyone approaches it different. I would say maybe Clay Guida's along the side of you. He gets all slapped up. You know, there's nothing mushy
Yeah.
too much about that one, man. But that's really, really interesting because, like I say, you know, you sleep till the end, and then when it's
Yeah.
time, get out of here, get out of my way. You, it's I trip out because in Bellator, I guess they Vaseline them up in the back. So all you have to do
Hmm.
is come down the ramp and get in, you know, like but anyway, good stuff, Puna. All right, Goes. What do you have for Puna Soriano?
Hey Puna, so not to harp too much on the nervousness, the fear, and all that, but I'm just curious. Do you feel like that's something that will ever go away? And in a way, do you feel like you feed off of it?
No, it's never gonna go away. I've had it since high schooler, or since earlier, since Pop Warner football. I remember just like every single game, just like having bubble guts. Like I'm like third, fourth grade, just like like just in the bathroom. I can't even warm up. Like these are just from nerves, and like I've had the same nerves my whole life, and I've just over time learned to empower it. I can see all this dog hair on my hand. Sorry, but um, yeah, I've just learned to take those nerves, and like for now, it's like the stronger the nerves are, the stronger I become. Weirdly, I don't know how that happened, but as of late, like the nerves give me strength, like you said.
Puna, so if we look over your performances and look over his performances, is this one going to take place mostly on the feet? Is this the type of fight that you invite?
Yeah, for sure. I invite anybody to stand up on the feet with me. I think I'm the bad draw for any fight. I'm gonna try and fight you as hard as I can the whole fight. But I think I showed a little bit in my last fight, even though I got taken down when I was throwing a huge punch at Dosha. But like, I try to take down. I'm trying to be a little more well-rounded. I'm like an all-American wrestler, so why not use it?
And so I know that your focus is always on your opponent ahead of you, but when there's a changing of the guard at the top of your division, especially when one guy is ruled for so long, what does that do for you mentally? Do you ever size up the champ in your head, even if it's for a little bit, like how you feel you would do against him?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, I feel like so far away. Like I'm not saying I'm out of reach, but I'm just saying like at where we're at now, it's just not there. But I still feel like Izzy's the way harder fight than Alex, just from that portion where Izzy held him down. I thought like that made him the easier fight, but like he's got the nuclear option as well, which is freaking super scary. Um, but like, I still think Izzy's way harder of a fight than Alex. And like, no offense, I don't want Alex to be mad at me and like smash me on the streets for some reason, you know?
Hey, Puna, what about this time next year? Will you still feel like you're still a ways, or do you think maybe a little streak here in 2023 could put you in a prime position this time next year?
Yeah, I hope so. I've always kind of wondered what happens if I just keep winning spectacularly. Like, uh, regardless of what anyone says, what happens if from the Dalsha fight to this fight to whatever's next? What if I just keep winning the next one spectacularly, keep winning the next one spectacularly, keep winning the next one spectacularly? And I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's just my goal, is to win the next one spectacularly. I don't even know if I'm saying the word right.
If I guess we could say in spectacular fashion, because you're right. I'm not sure if that is the word, but
Spectacularly.
the video you did with Nick Sick after your Dalcha fight, so that was hilarious. But you showing emotion, that's just you, and they are spectacular. Your wins. I tell Michael Chandler this. Michael Chandler was a guy that started off in Vegas. I'm not sure if you were around when he was around. We got to know him pretty good. But there's a few fighters where you're just on the edge of your seat. The minute they go, let's do this, let's get it on, whatever the token tagline is from the ref, you can't look away, and you're one of them, man, because you got that nuclear power. Everyone always talks about it as well. So does Alex Pereira, but you do have that nuclear power, and it's just, it's a bunch of car collisions. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, and I think 2023 could be about, setting yourself up to be talked about with Whitaker and Pereira and Israel Adesanya. So yeah, you just keep winning how you win, because we already know it's in spectacular fashion. And
I
just
agree.
know that, man, your fights are like pleasurable, they're fun, they're exciting, they're compelling, all those cool adjectives that I think fighters want to hear from fans. Goes in our MMA media, but we're fans at heart, So once it's time to watch the fights, all the media stuff's over. We got beers in our hands and we're going nuts, and hopefully a lot of people tell you that's the way your fighting style is. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, it's almost strange in a way, because I don't really like feel a pressure to fight that way. I just feel like that's just the way I fight, and I just feel blessed that that's just the way I fight. In the sense that, like you guys said, it's attention drawing. People want to see it. And not to keep dwelling on a loss, but like after the Brendan Allen fight, I did have a lot of people kind of come up to me and be like, "Man, you're a dog!" Like, oh, la, la, la. Like it felt cool.
Mm-hmm. You also have a lot of, well, not a lot, but I would say a good portion of middleweights to learn from in a way. So whether it's X's and O's in training, because some guys do train with you, like Brad Tavares, Sean Strickland, and now I believe Edmund Shabazian, and then there's probably a couple I've even left out. But
Chris Curtis.
Yeah, Chris Curtis. So that division of 185ers just at Extreme Couture is very, very competitive. What would you say about? Do you feel like all of you have kind of raised each other's game, and do you talk about it? Not necessarily fighting each other, but just talk about that you do make each other better, or does that even come up?
Heck yeah. Chris Curtis, for example, is probably like the one of the greatest guys. Like straight after his fight, like the next Monday, he came in the gym. He's like, "I'm just here for you. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to like beat me up." He's saying like, "Beat me up." I'm like, a part of me, I'm like, dude, you just fought. I don't want to like like beat you up and stuff. But he's like, "Come on, let's work." Like he's trying to draw the best out of us. Just being a good teammate, being a good guy. And I appreciate that out of him so much. He's taught me a lot. I feel like we kind of have similar builds in that division, like just smaller guys, and I feel like I learn a lot from him.
Do you feel like along the way your fighting style is similar to anyone that we've covered in the past or present, I guess?
This is from my dad, but my dad has said to him he reminds me of a Justin Gaethje,
Mm-hmm.
like a Hawaiian Justin Gaethje.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I see myself as just me. Like I think it's an honor to be called Justin Gaethje. That's such a cool thing. But that's like from my dad, you know. So he's gonna kind of give me something pretty high. But yeah, I don't know. I'm me, and I'm here to fight and win.
That's a great one. I mean, the guy's won 2 major belts, so that's a great compliment.
Oh heck yeah.
Did you get your power from and your athleticism from your dad's side, your mom's side, both?
I have no clue. I guess both. My brother's pretty athletic. He still is. Played basketball his whole life, but if you see my dad, you'd die. He's like a 5'5" Filipino man.
Mhm.
Not the biggest guy. Like it's super funny. Probably under 140 pounds.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
like, but we look just alike. So I have no clue where we get it from. Where I get it
Right.
from.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it sounds like he's a huge fan of you and your career, and maybe even the fight game itself, knowing the comparison of Justin Gaethje. So I think that's awesome. Thank you so much for the time. I know this is probably the busiest time for you because the camp is probably finishing up. So these are probably the hardest workouts. So
Yeah, for sure.
bless you with health and safe weight cut. And we can't wait to see you throw down on the first fight card of the of 2023. I think it's going to be a great way to start off the year. There's main event that features middleweights, and
Good fight.
so yeah, your weight class as well. So great stuff, Puna. We'll see you around at the gym, and thank you for the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Happy New Year.